Welcome to Mindful Moments. Nourish your mind on the go. This video uses AI narration to present our original book analysis.
Oh, cool.
Today,
Yeah.
we're diving into Aristotle and Dante. Discover the secrets of the universe. It's one of those coming-of-age stories that really gets under your skin, and we're going to unpack why that is.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that gets under your skin. I think that feeling comes from how deeply personal and specific the story feels,
Right.
even though it tackles universal themes of friendship,
Exactly.
family, and figuring out who you are in the world.
Exactly. It's set in 1980s El Paso, focusing on two Mexican-American teenagers, Ari and Dante.
Right.
They couldn't be more different,
Yeah.
yet they formed this intense bond. What struck me was Ari's struggle with expressing himself. Especially anything considered soft. He's got all this bottled up, and it's like he's afraid to be vulnerable.
Yeah, that struggle with vulnerability is so central to Ari's character.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how science connects it to Ari's family dynamics. His father, a Vietnam War vet, is clearly carrying trauma.
Right. But it's all unspoken. It
Right.
creates this atmosphere where emotions are buried, and Ari almost learns to equate masculinity with silence.
And then there's the mystery surrounding his older brother who's in prison.
Hmm.
That's another layer of unspoken pain that hangs over the family. It's like Ari's trying to navigate this minefield of masculinity, not even sure what the rules are, but knowing he has to be strong for everyone.
It's almost as if he's carrying the weight of his father's unspoken trauma and the guilt associated with his brother's situation.
Right.
It's no wonder he struggles to connect with others.
Which makes Dante's character even more striking. He's the complete opposite. Open,
Yes.
artistic, comfortable talking about his feelings. It's like he's this burst of sunlight in Ari's world.
And that contrast is what makes their friendship so compelling.
Good.
Dante challenges Ari's assumptions about what it means to be a man, showing him that strength can exist alongside vulnerability. There's a beautiful scene where Dante tells Ari, you can be more than one thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like a key unlocking something within Ari. It's like Dante gives Ari permission to be his full self complexities in all their scenes together, whether they're swimming,
Yeah.
stargazing, or just talking, have this raw honesty that's just so captivating.
The way science uses the desert setting to mirror their internal journeys is brilliant. That vast open space reflects the uncertainty they feel, while the stars above become a symbol of their shared dreams and yearning for connection.
Right.
It's almost as if the desert becomes a character itself, witnessing their evolution.
And then everything shifts with the accident.
Yeah.
It's this sudden, brutal event that forces them to confront their deepest fears and insecurities. It's not just a plot device. It's a catalyst for immense growth, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It shatters Ari's illusion of control, forcing him to confront his own fragility and his need for others. It's a turning point not just in their relationship,
Right.
but in their individual journeys of self-discovery.
And for Dante, who's always been so sure of himself, the accident seems to underscore the fragility of life, pushing him to be even bolder in expressing his truth.
Which brings us to their evolving understanding of themselves, particularly Ari's burgeoning attraction to Dante. It's handled with such sensitivity, showing his confusion, his internal struggle, and ultimately his gradual acceptance of these feelings that challenge his understanding of who he is. And it's not just Ari who's grappling with societal expectations. Dante, while comfortable with his sexuality, is also aware of the potential backlash, especially in the social context of 1980s America. It adds another layer of complexity to their relationship.
You're right. It's like they're navigating this uncharted territory, not just figuring out their feelings for each other, but also what it means to be themselves in a world that might not be ready for them. It's a lot for two teenagers to handle.
And that's where the role of family becomes so crucial. It's interesting how Sáenz portrays both families highlighting their differences, but also their shared desire to protect their sons, even if it means stumbling through uncomfortable conversations and challenging their own ingrained beliefs.
That scene where Ari's mother tells him, I don't think you know how loved you are, really got to me. It's such a simple statement, but it speaks volumes about her journey towards accepting Ari for who he is, even if she doesn't fully understand it.
It's a powerful testament to the transformative power of love and acceptance, particularly within a family dynamic where vulnerability hasn't always been encouraged. You see a similar evolution with Dante's parents, who create a safe space for him to explore his identity without judgment.
The book doesn't shy away from the complexities of family relationships, does it? It shows the messy, imperfect, but ultimately loving bonds that shape who we become.
Exactly. And it's through those relationships that both Ari and Dante learn to confront their fears and embrace their vulnerabilities. They realize that true strength lies in authenticity, not in conforming to societal expectations.
Speaking of expectations, I was struck by how the book challenges traditional notions of masculinity. Ari's discomfort with those rigid definitions, Dante's open embrace of his emotions. It's all part of a larger conversation about redefining what it means to be a man.
It's a subtle but powerful message woven throughout the narrative. It's about finding your own definition of manhood, one that allows for vulnerability, emotional depth, and a rejection of those limiting stereotypes that often dictate how men are supposed to behave.
And their friendship becomes this incredible catalyst for that process of self-discovery. They challenge each other, support each other, and ultimately help each other become the best versions of themselves.
It's a beautiful portrayal of how transformative a genuine connection can be, how it can empower us to embrace our true selves even when it feels scary or uncertain. And Sáenz's prose adds another layer of beauty to the story.
Oh, absolutely. The writing is just exquisite. It's poetic and raw, perfectly capturing the intensity of adolescence and the depth of human connection. It's the kind of writing that stays with you long after you finished reading.
It lingers in your mind, prompting reflection and perhaps even inspiring you to approach your own relationships and self-discovery with a newfound sense of openness and vulnerability. And that, I think, is the true power of a story like Aristotle and Dante. It's not just about two boys finding themselves. It's about reminding us all that we are constantly evolving, and there's beauty in embracing the journey, complexities and all.
You're right. It's not a book that gives you all the answers.
Yeah.
It leaves you with questions, possibilities, and this lingering sense of hope that resonates long after you turn the final page.
And those lingering questions are what make it such a compelling read. It sparks conversations, challenges assumptions, and ultimately invites us to explore our own secrets of the universe.
I think that's a perfect way to sum it up.
Mm-hmm.
So what does all this mean for someone who hasn't read the book yet? Why should they pick up Aristotle and Dante? What makes it so special?
Well, it's a story that speaks to the core of what it means to be human. It's about finding your tribe even when it feels like you don't belong. It's about learning to love yourself, flaws not all. And it's about the transformative power of human connection, whether it's through friendship, family, or romantic love.
It's interesting you mentioned finding your tribe because I kept thinking about how isolated both Ari and Dante feel at the beginning of the story. They're both searching for something, some sense of belonging, but they don't quite know where to find it.
And it's through their connection that they start to create their own tribe, their own space where they can be authentically themselves. It's a reminder that sometimes the people who understand us best aren't the ones we expect. They might come from different backgrounds, have different personalities, but they see us for who we truly are, and that's a powerful thing.
Absolutely. And I think that's a message that resonates with readers of all ages, whether you're a teenager navigating the complexities of identity or an adult reflecting on your own journey of self-discovery. Aristotle and Dante offers this beautiful reminder that you're not alone.
It normalizes the feelings of uncertainty, the questioning, the moments of doubt that are all part of the human experience. It shows us that it's okay to not have all the answers, that growth is a process, and that embracing vulnerability can lead to profound connections and self-acceptance.
Beautifully said. If you're looking for a story that will move you, challenge you, and stay with you long after you finish reading, this is it. Be sure to check out Aristotle and Dante. Discover the secrets of the universe. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful book analyses. You can purchase Aristotle and Dante using the link in the description. Until next time, keep nourishing your mind.